That's our number one concern every single day is safety of the campus, not only for the students, for parents, for teachers, staff, visitors, anybody on that campus, neighboring community. We're going to make that campus safe every day.
I am Kyrene Superintendent Laura Toenjes.
She is a cool superintendent.
Each month, it is my pleasure to shine a spotlight on the people, places, and programs that make Kyrene so exceptional. Thank you for joining me for this month's Superintendent Spotlight on Kyrene. Welcome to the first Superintendent Spotlight video of the 22-23 school year. We are kicking off the year with an extremely important topic and shining the spotlight on one of the most critical things we do in Kyrene: provide a safe environment for learning. This summer, I received many questions about Kyrene's systems, facilities, and practices for keeping our campuses safe and secure. It became clear that we needed to share this information with our entire community. So today, I'm talking to some key members of our emergency management team, school leaders, and our partners in law enforcement. We're going to take a safety tour around our district, and we're taking you with us. Our tour guide today is Executive Director of Emergency Management, Damian Nichols, and he's ready, so let's get going. Damian, you have a unique role in Kyrene. Can you tell me a little bit about your background with emergency management and crisis response?
Sure. So I've always been interested in that. For about the last 10 years, I've been the disaster action team coordinator for the American Red Cross here in Phoenix. I've been involved in that, Chandler Police Department, and here in Kyrene, just starting up our safety and security department and our emergency management team 3 or 4 years ago.
You oversee both our safety and security teams and our emergency management team. What is the difference between the two?
So there is a distinct difference. Our safety and security teams do the day-to-day safety and security of our district. These are our security officers and our security coordinator who go school to school and help the safety and security on campus. Our emergency management team consists of about 30 employees from across the district, as well as first responders in our area. They help us specifically respond to events that happen both during the school day as well as outside the school day. And each of those members uses their unique experience and expertise within the district to help us respond and mitigate whatever's going on.
So Damian, where are we stopping on our safety tour today? What is going to be our first stop?
So our first stop will be one of our elementary school front offices, where our safety and security coordinator, Dave Stannert, will go over the features that we have in place in all of our school front offices.
May we have you each sign the visitor log, please?
Absolutely.
This is one of the first processes of security where office staff will verify the identification and reason for the visit. Okay, now that we're both signed in, I'll show you the rest of the office tour. So this is the lobby secure door. You'll see that it will not open without the badge swipe. Door is now unlocked where you can enter. And then once this door closes, you'll see that it automatically secured.
Great. So Dave, I have a question. What happens when the school goes on a lockdown with the doors?
Sure, that's a good question, Laura. So any staff member can initiate their lockdown process.
Staff and students, please initiate a lockdown drill.
Here, the office staff can then push a button which will lock all external doors of the building. So as you can see right here, we have one of many interior security cameras.
Do we also have security cameras outside or just inside the buildings?
We have many cameras on the exterior as well that pick up a 360-degree view. I'd like to show you how this door will automatically lock when it closes. And both doors are locked. As you can see, you can only gain access again by swiping your badge, which will unlock the door. And then if you look right above us here, this is one of our exterior cameras that captures a view here in the playground and anyone on the playground. However, no one could get to this area because of our secured perimeter fencing that we have. Okay, as you can see, we have exterior fencing that surrounds the campus 360 degrees. It prevents easy access.
Well, thank you, Dave, for showing us around today. I really appreciate it. In addition to our safety and security personnel and our emergency management team, I also know we have a volunteer set of security personnel. Can you tell us a little bit about what that team is?
We have an awesome group of volunteers. We call them our Kyrene Support and Response Team. They're referred to as KCERT. And they do pretty much everything after hours for us. They help us check doors to make sure they're secure. They'll help us after monsoon storms, making sure that we are aware of damage before school starts the next day. So they're a very valuable team player within our emergency management team. It's comprised of mostly Kyrene parents and community members who just want to give back to the community. You can almost think of them as a safety and security PTO. It's really a multi-tiered approach to making sure that we have coverage throughout the day as well as in the evening, and with a variety of expertises always on call. Now we're headed to our middle school, Pueblo, and our elementary school, Paloma. They're on a shared campus where they share one plot of land. And when we get here today, we're going to be talking to a couple of our administrators about safety and security on their campuses.
Unless you're in a school every day, you might think about the drills that you practiced when you were a kid in school, or you might think about incidents that we see on the media. But we actually practice drills for a wide range of incidents that could happen at the school. We do fire drills once a month, and that's probably what you remember as a child. And then we also do lockdowns, but it's not just for incidents where there's police presence. It might be for a much more minor issue, like there's a pet that's loose from the neighborhood on the playground, or there's sudden inclement weather.
What does a fire drill look like when a fire alarm goes off at the school?
Typically, we practice those 8 times a year, so the students are really prepared for that, and they know that the expectation is that they walk quietly and in a straight line with their teacher. And then also, every classroom has a map in it that tells the students and the staff that are in the room where they should go for that fire drill.
What is the experience for a student when the school goes into a lockdown?
Sure, well, we practice drills twice a year, and students and staff will hear me on the announcements. At that time, the teacher is going to come, and the first thing they're going to do is secure the door. They're going to pull down their shades, and students will go to a safe area of the classroom. Kids are traveling throughout our campus all day long, going to the nurse, going to see another teacher, so many different things. So when the teacher goes to secure that classroom door, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to sweep right outside their hallway. If there's any student, it doesn't matter if it's a student in their classroom or not, they're going to sweep them on into the classroom with them. Students in other areas of the school that are maybe a little bit non-traditional, like the media center, like our gym for PE, there's designated areas where those students are brought to for the lockdown drill. We have a team of people who are accounting for every single student in every single class on campus.
Every school site in Kyrene has a safety security plan for their site and a team that oversees that work. Can you tell me a little bit about what they actually do?
Our team is made up of our admin team, which includes our school counselor and our resource officer, and all of us meet at least monthly to review our safety plan and make sure it aligns with the district emergency operations plan, and to make sure that all of our teachers are aware of what they're supposed to do during different situations.
Have you had to implement the team at all and pull them together in any type of situation that you could share with us?
One time we had to work with the school next door. We did have a lockdown because of a situation going on in the neighborhood. And it ended very successfully because we were able to remember what we were trained on and what we had practiced.
Every situation is different, and so part of being a leader and part of being an effective school is having flexibility. It's having some things that you just know are in place in a certain situation. That helps us be flexible with the things that we don't know and that we may not be able to anticipate. So it really is just having a strong team with strong protocols in place and really good communication during those times.
There's also cybersecurity, and I know we have some tools and resources that help support being able to be aware of any cyber threats. Can you talk to us a little bit about what that looks like?
So as we know in Kyrene, our students use lots of technology all day long throughout the day, and we're able to monitor when students are either bullying other students or if they're reaching out and asking for help or suicide prevention type measures. All of those systems and applications are monitored 24/7, just like our crisis line, and we have a team that we activate when things like that come up.
We did a safety and security presentation for the governing board and the public. If you weren't able to tune into that, how might somebody go back and watch that?
Anybody who missed that can just watch the board meeting on our YouTube channel, as well as Kyrene.org/safe is a new safety and security website that we have that kind of lists everything that we talked about, and it's a place where we post any active incidents that we're working on or any new information that we want both our staff and students as well as our public to be aware of.
Sergeant Brudnuck of the Tempe Police Department is here to talk with us about our school resource officers. Can you tell me a little bit about your role in the department and your work with school resource officers?
Absolutely. So I work with the City of Tempe Police Department, and I oversee our school resource officer unit.
So can you tell us a little bit about what a role of a school resource officer is on a campus?
It's a wonderful program it's a great opportunity for the men and women of our police department. They have to have a passion to want to work with kids, right? And to want to work with educators and teachers, and to want to work with parents. We're part of the school safety program, and so they get an opportunity to go and learn the school safety program to get those basic skill set there to be successful in their teaching as a school resource officer. And then there's just a variety of trainings throughout the year that we continue to work with them on.
So I know that our Kyrene SROs engage in law-related education. Can you tell me a little bit about what that LRE looks like?
Our SROs, they have to teach a minimum of 180 hours of law-related education a year. They're in the classroom with the teacher, and it's co-teaching, and what we want is interactive classes with the kids, the things that they're passionate about or things that they're experiencing, and it gives them an opportunity to understand on what's going on out there and for them to ensure the campus is safe. That's our number one concern every single day, is safety of the campus, not only for the students, for parents, for teachers, staff, visitors, anybody on that campus, neighboring community. We're going to make that campus safe every day.
Thank you. Kyrene is constantly reviewing and testing our emergency operations to ensure they are current, consistent, and effective. Our systems are designed for flexibility so that we may continue to respond to the evolving needs of our schools and community. While we have shared information with you about safety today, it is also important to note that Kyrene makes it a priority to support our students' social and emotional well-being, in addition to their physical safety. We are committed to making sure our students are learning in an environment that is welcoming and comfortable, but also safe and secure. I am so grateful to every employee, school resource officer, and volunteer who works to keep our schools safe. And I am grateful to our families for trusting us with your children. It is a responsibility we take seriously. Thank you all, and I'll see you next month for another Spotlight on Kyrene.